Hey Ascension, this week, this coming week is the week. You need to have 1 week that makes all the weeks good. Just like you have one day that makes all the days of your week good, right? That's Sunday. Just like there's one man who makes all people good. That's Jesus. So this week shows us where we're coming from, shows us where God has for us to go, and shows us the way to get there. It's Holy Week, this coming week. Don't miss it. We'll see you this Palm Sunday and Holy Thursday and Good Friday and Easter Vigil on Saturday, and then Easter Sunday morning at the end of the week. Actually, at the beginning of a new week and a new life. You can help us get started getting ready on Saturday. Come to the church at 8:30. Rain or shine, we've got a big load of mulch. And we need to distribute that. It's part of making the church beautiful for Easter. There'll be a few other cleaning operations going on. Come be part of the work group that paves the way for everything happening next week. And then on Palm Sunday, April 2nd, that's this Sunday, only one service, 10 a.m. It's going to be nice and full, and it's going to be a celebration. It's going to be just like it was in that first Palm Sunday when they welcomed Jesus into Jerusalem. It's going to be a picture of that, where we praise Jesus as King, and then we see what a true King does, the way he loves his people and lays down his life for them. Join us at 10 o'clock on Palm Sunday, and then afterward, we'll have a reception for our new members who we're welcoming. 4 baptisms, 4 adult confirmations, and a whole lot of folks transferring in and reaffirming their participation in the church on Sunday. We just have so much to celebrate at the beginning of Holy Week. And then the centerpiece of Holy Week is the 3 services. The old Latin word is the Triduum, the 3 days, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So on Holy Thursday, we have a 7 o'clock service where we receive Jesus, among his greatest gifts to us. It's the institution of the Lord's Supper, and we come to understand what that means. We'll also be blessing all of our prayers for this coming year, for the folks who are sick, for the folks who are coming to know Jesus, for the folks who are members of the church. We're going to have a special rite of blessing for all of that. On Good Friday, we have a 7 o'clock service again, both on Thursday and Friday, 7 p.m. There's also a noon service. It's a special service we do at Ascension called Sights and Sounds. So you can come at noon, and that's usually a little smaller gathering, but the main service is the Tenebrae, with elements of the chief service. We will look to the cross and receive as our own everything that Jesus is doing there for us. And we'll adore him, our King, as he's enthroned there in that place where he makes the whole world right by taking its sin and shame onto himself and giving us his eternal life and blessedness and righteousness. So Monday, Thursday, Holy Thursday at 7, Good Friday at 7, and then Easter Vigil, 8 p.m. That's on Saturday. It is the night before Easter. It is a beautiful and glorious service. It's a service for children. We'll have the bulletin's like a coloring book, and we'll have crayons. So bring the kids, bring the whole family. Come experience this really glorious way of finding Jesus' salvation right in the midst of the darkness. Because that's kind of where we live still, right? We haven't seen him come again, but we're waiting. We know he's coming, and we celebrate right now, even while things are still dark. And that's a foretaste of the feast to come. So, it's a service of baptism. There's water, there's a bonfire, so much cool stuff. That's 8 p.m. on Saturday. That concludes the Triduum, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Easter Sunday morning. That's the great celebration. And we're all prepared for it, having been with Jesus through the night with his disciples and through his suffering and passion on the cross. And in that night of waiting on Saturday, we're prepared for Easter Sunday morning. 8:30 a.m. and 11 o'clock are our services with the Lord's Supper and all God's people present. And then in between the services, we have Easter breakfast. That's at 9:30 a.m. That proceeds for Easter breakfast go toward the National Youth Gathering. That's the great trip that they get to take every 3 years. It's very expensive, but it's just a wonderful experience for our high schoolers. And so you can fund that by having breakfast with us all together. It's usually just a packed affair. We'll have cameras set up. You can have your Easter pictures taken for free, right? Just like a photo booth. And we'll share those with you. And we'll also be able to have a copy of the church of you guys looking good. And then there's an Easter egg hunt at 10:30 for the children. That's in God's garden. So come and spend the morning here celebrating the Lord's resurrection and celebrating and being part of his people. A blessed Holy Week to you all at Ascension. The Lord is with you. He's leading us every day in his word, especially when we're gathered together in his name. We'll see you Sunday.